sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Los Angeles Rams. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now the first carry for Doug Martin. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Second down, Dalton. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. First out, here's the run with Martin. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. To throw here, Dalton. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, he shifts past him. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. This one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque.
Yeah, I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Off of play action, it's Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. It's second down. Dalton looking. And he's got Decker, left side. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Again, in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Dalton throwing on second down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The linebacker, Stephon Anthony, with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Now Watson finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And he is the NFC reigning offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Watson off play action. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing on third down, Watson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Avery Jones in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. This one from 48 yards away. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. So a good kick there, and they wrap up the drive by putting 3 on the board.
And you know, let's face it, you're not always going to come away with 6. Defense in the NFL are just too good. But you've got to come away with something. And there, they get 3.
And now out come the Giants. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. They start the drive with Martin, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. They run it again with Martin. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Dalton bootlegs out. And he finds a man. It's Martin. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. To throw on 2nd down, Dalton. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Javon Hargrave in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Dalton here from the gun. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. And the Giants send out their punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl. And
right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On first down, Watson, and he's got room. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Raekwon McMillan coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 7-yard gain that gets him back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it.
Sammy Watkins, he's going to go. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. A shotgun snap for Watson. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Watson looks to throw again. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. New York set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he's brought down after a good gain. 1:59 to go in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Fresh set of downs here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Finds Roberts left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kamal Ishmael. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
After the interception, here's Watson setting up the receiver screen here to Thomas. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Here's Watson. On the screen, Bernard. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Rams on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 16. Now a carry for Bernard. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Marquette King now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Yeah, can he put it aside? Let's find out. Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Dalton saying, let's get going here, guys, as he rallies them to get set. Play fake. Here's Dalton. Rolling to his left. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time. And it's 3rd and 5.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Giants on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Dalton now to pass. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final act of the first half, Dalton. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. He'll be dropped at the 30. But a shifty move got him a couple extra on the play. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Faking the give. Now Watson. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They go play action here on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Aldon Smith in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. He's going to look deep down the field. They've got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. This time to the tailback. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Looking right side, and it's complete to Watkins. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the play. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. From the red zone now, Watson. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Kevin Minter leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, it looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. From the gun, here's Watson. Steps away to his left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. They try to fire up the running game with Martin. He's got room to run past the 20. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. To throw here, Dalton. And he's got Decker, left side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Roberts the man in motion. On 2nd down, Martin. Some tough running, but it only gets him to the 45. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Again, it's Martin. And no room that time. Getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. So they are going for it. Now Dalton sliding out of the pocket. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. And they're definitely showing blitz here.
Come on, let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Flex round! Flex round!
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And this is going to be incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And New York set to take the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
They give to Martin. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. And off comes to Martin. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Play action here with Dalton. Being chased out left. Throw left side complete. That's Martin. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They run again on 1st down, Martin. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a 1st down.
Here's Dalton. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Play action now. Dalton buying time to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Eric Decker, the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. The play clock's running down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing, Dalton. Dancing to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. The linebacker, Stephon Anthony with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the 2nd half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Here we go.
Now a first down throw, Watson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 24. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. That is the play they needed in a two-score game here in the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. They run the counter now on first down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Play clock winding down. And that'll set him back 5. So the D-line's going to spread out. And Dalton to throw. Forced out to his left. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
The Giants on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is third down and 12. Time running out here on the play clock. Third down, a shot here for Dalton, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker. He's at the 40, the 30, 10, and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. And And this is incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Another tote for the workhorse, Martin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where was that all game? Or maybe just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that run right there, that's what they were looking for.
Dalton. And now here's another interception. The linebacker, Stephon Anthony with a pick. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. No gain on the play there, second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Yeah, the defense definitely showing blitz here. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Flex round! Flex round!
And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Let's go! 1, 9,
They'll run it now out of the gun. A nice little juke. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. That second down run a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. By the way, they've gone final now out in Carson. And it was the Browns that wound up winners in that one. Deshaun Kaiser, 2 touchdown passes in the W. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Second down, Dalton. Completes it to Benjamin. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall at the 41-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. A first down throw coming for Dalton. And my goodness, another interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Taking it right down Broadway. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? And he said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Giants ready to come out now. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit. No matter what the battle is, we're going to finish this thing out.
Carry number 20 here from Martin. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So Charles are able to complete what's...